Every year, 3 million people photograph this building from the outside. 1,000 years of stone, a bridge behind it, a postcard. Almost none of them ask the only question that matters about the Tower of London. Not who built it, not when. What was it for?
Tower of London. Begun around 1078. A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1988.
It was never really built to keep enemies out. It was built to keep things in. 4 things England could not afford to lose and could not afford to free. This is what the postcard doesn't show you. The first vault held money. Behind these walls stood the Royal Mint. And for over 700 years, this is where England's coins were born.
Most of England's coins were made in workshops in the street behind you until 1810.
Which meant the tower had a problem the size of the entire economy. If you make the nation's money, you also make the nation's forgers. And in 1696, the Crown handed that problem to the strangest lawman in English history. The man who had just explained gravity.
Sir Isaac Newton, Warden of the Mint, 1696, Master of the Mint, 1699 to 1727.
Isaac Newton did not treat counterfeiting as paperwork. The law called clipping and coining high treason, and Newton went to work like it. He ran informants through the taverns and the prison cells. He interrogated, he built cases that did not fall apart, and he sent forgers to the gallows. The most brazen of them, a conman named William Challoner, was hanged at Tyburn in the spring of 1699. The same mind that measured the heavens spent its nights making sure the wrong men hanged for a shaved coin. That was the first vault. Cold, brilliant, and lethal about money. The second vault didn't hold coins. It held people the Crown could turn into coins. For 2 centuries, England's Jews were barred from owning land, from the guilds, from almost every trade, and pushed toward the one thing they were permitted to do: lend money. And a community that holds the kingdom's money is not protected by the Crown. It is owned by it.
Around 1210, King John imprisons a wealthy Bristol merchant, Abraham, and orders 1 tooth drawn each day until he pays his ransom.
When the coinage failed and the country needed someone to blame, the blame was already chosen.
1278. Around 600 Jews are imprisoned in the Tower on charges of coin clipping. About 270 are executed.
Held in rooms like these. Tried inside the same castle that minted the coins they were accused of shaving. And then, in 1290, the vault did something it had never done before. It didn't execute them, it emptied.
1290. Edward I expels every Jew from England. Around 1,450 depart from the wharf below the tower, each paying the constable a fee to leave.
An entire community walked down to the water beneath these walls and made to pay for their own removal. They would not be allowed back for 366 years. The tower didn't just hold money, it learned how to turn people into it and then how to make them disappear. The third vault was the most valuable thing in the kingdom. The crown itself and the people willing to kill for it. These were not dungeons. Some of the tower's prisoners lived in rooms like this. Fire lit, bed dressed, a king's own chamber. It didn't help them.
Henry VI, murdered in the Wakefield Tower the night of the 21st of May, 1471. The court announced he had died of melancholy.
He was killed, most likely at prayer, so another man could keep the throne. 12 years later, 2 boys, a king of 12 and his little brother, walked into this castle and were never seen again. A duke was drowned, they say, in a barrel of sweet wine, and a courtier named Thomas Overbury was poisoned here so slowly, over so many months, with tainted tarts and jellies that no one was meant to notice at all.
Sir Thomas Overbury, poisoned over several months, died in the Tower, September 1613.
Kings did not lie awake here fearing France, or Spain, or an army at the gate. They feared the person 1 room away. The crown was the treasure, and like every treasure in this place, it was kept behind a locked door, and it got people killed. The last vault is the strangest, because for 600 years, the Tower of London was also a zoo.
The Royal Menagerie, Tower of London. Founded under Henry III around 1235.
It started, like everything royal, as a bribe. 3 great cats sent by the Holy Roman Emperor. A polar bear, a gift from the King of Norway, kept on a long chain and let down to fish in the Thames. An elephant from the King of France, the first most Englishmen had ever laid eyes on. Kings gave each other lions the way ordinary people give flowers. And where do you keep a king's lion? In the moat. Roughly where the ticket queue stands today. Living trophies, diplomatic gifts with a heartbeat, caged behind the same walls as the coins and the prisoners and the crown. Because the tower's one rule never changed. If it was rare and it was valuable, it did not leave. In the end, the vault let almost everything go. The mint packed up and moved to a quiet town in Wales.
The Royal Mint today, Llantrisant, Wales.
The Jews it expelled were let back into England 3.5 centuries later. The kings stopped murdering each other for the crown, and the lions and the bear and the elephant were carried across the city to a new home, the founding animals of London Zoo. One by one, the tower opened its hand. It kept only one thing: itself. 3 million people a year now pay to walk through the vault and look at the empty cages. And there are still 6 ravens on these lawns. Wings clipped just enough that they cannot fly away. Kept here by royal order because the story says that if the ravens ever leave, the whole thing falls.
By tradition, at least 6 ravens are kept at the tower at all times.
The Tower of London doesn't guard treasure anymore. It guards the memory of everything it once did to hold on.